Welcome to Inside PTI, weekly videos designed to give you the trial results you want, the agronomy explanations you need, and insights to set you up for success this season. Today we're going to talk about how to get your corn planted in the ideal planting window. Obviously, planting date makes a difference. If you refer back to episode 1 of Inside PTI, we saw in 2019 studies where planting a week too early in 2019 cost 57 bushels per acre. A week late was around 7. 2 weeks late was around 16 bushels per acre. So it's really important to get that optimum planting date. But how do you do that? Right? There's lots of ways. We can have larger equipment, which for some people in smaller fields or just with a financial situation that don't want to afford that larger equipment, that's a challenge. You can get more equipment, which obviously having more equipment is costly, or we can get faster equipment. And that's where really the industry is headed, is faster equipment to be able to, from a planning perspective, from a tillage perspective, hit that ideal week or that ideal time frame. Sometimes it's just not the ideal from a condition standpoint. Like this past year, I know in central Illinois where I live, it was just, man, we got to the end of May, early June, it's just we need to get done. All right, so it's important to be able to, when you can plant and or when it's an ideal situation to plant, to be able to plant. So at the PTI farm, we studied high-speed planting. And knowing that you need to hit that ideal planting date, and there's yield drag if you're too early than the ideal or too late compared to the ideal, we need to hit that. Well, how do we do that? Well, with high-speed technology, we tested a planter that's set up with Speed Tube, which is Precision Planting's high-speed delivery system. But it's important before we show you the trial results to understand what a high-speed planting system really is. We say Speed Tube, and that's really the device that delivers seed to the ground so it's controlled and not free-falling. But a complete system is more than just a delivery system. You know, a complete high-speed system is going to include information in the cab so that you know how well the planter is performing from all aspects, and then sensors and control systems on the planter to inform the operator in the cab how well that system is performing from all aspects. Systems that we're talking about are things like a seed meter that is going to accurately singulate corn, 99+%, up close to 100%. If you're running a high-speed system, but your seed singulation varies, gets down 98, 97%, you're giving up yield to the tune of a couple bushels per percent. You need to have a drive system that is easy to use, simple, and proven. You need to have a delivery system, of course. But then when we think about emergence, if we go faster, it becomes more critical to control the planter from an emergence perspective. So being able to set row cleaners correctly and have the correct type of row cleaner on the planter becomes important. One that will sweep residue away but not plow a trench. Being able to control downforce, both down and lift, because even going faster might require a few more pounds of downforce, but sometimes that in mellow conditions, the row unit is heavy enough. So downforce that can react quickly, row by row, provide downforce and lift force is important to maintain a consistent seed placement from a depth and a compaction perspective. So your seeds are in that ideal environment. Being able to firm seeds. If seeds aren't firmed, they can have air pockets around them and have issues with emergence and have that delayed emergence. Being able to also measure the amount of moisture you're putting seeds in the furrow. Not just moisture, but seed available moisture is part of a high-speed planting system. And then, of course, closing. As we go faster, that creates a lot more variables than what may already exist in the field. And you're hitting those variables a lot faster. So having a closing system that measures and reacts to those variables so you're always fully closing the trench is very important. Being able to deliver seeds at a higher speed, space them accurately, but then not control our downforce, our residue management, our closing, or know we're planting into enough moisture, we're really going backwards when we speed up. So it takes that complete system. So when you control all these things correctly, what happens? Well, as we look at some of the data, the study at PTI this year, the high-speed planting study was done, planting at 4, 6, 8, 10, and 12 miles per hour with a high-speed equipped planter, and then looking at the yield difference between those speeds. So it was equipped with a high-speed system for all those speeds. And as you look at the speeds, really there's a minimal yield difference between 4, 6, 8, and 10. It comes up to about a bushel and a half is all. Not really a very significant difference. Then the yield falls off a little bit when we get to 12. But what that proves is that if I have that optimal week or that optimal 4-day window, 12-day window, whatever it may be in your part of the world, you can, with a properly equipped planter with a complete high-speed planting system, go faster, plant more acres per hour, more acres per day, more acres in that ideal time frame without giving up yield because of the speed. So today's InsidePTI agronomy tip of the day is, if you're in a situation where you need to cover more acres per day, consider high-speed planting as a complete system. It allows you to speed up without reducing yield. For more information, reach out to any Precision Planting Premier dealer or email us at InsidePTI@precisionplanting.com. We'll see you next time on InsidePTI.